Joining us now, calling in, is Representative Charles Busby. He represents District 111. That's Jackson County, serves as the chair of the Transportation Committee. Representative Busby, good to have you on Middays.
Thank you, Gerard. Thanks for having me. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, Rhino.
Afternoon.
All right, so you guys are about to wind things up down there, but we got an infrastructure proposal that, of course, is in your wheelhouse, being chair of the Transportation Committee. Tell us about that.
Oh, let me just, we've got three of them, and they're all just fantastic. The one that the governor came out with a couple of weeks ago was great at $1.3 billion. Then the Senate came out with a great one, too, at $620 million. And then the House position kind of fell in the middle there at $800 million. So I think I like the House position the best. Yeah, I'm a little slighted, but not too much. That would put $650 million towards capacity projects versus $480 that's in the Senate plan. And both plans have $100 million to go to ERBR, and both have plans. Both plans have $40 million for the match money from the feds on the Infrastructure and Jobs Act. And then the House plan also has a little money in there for multimodal, $10 million. I'm hoping to actually get that up a little bit. I think we got an opportunity between now and 2026 to capitalize on some federal money there. So I'd like to see us put some more money into multimodal. But I guess the thing that I really hope we can, the House plan does not earmark any projects, simply allows the commission to put shovel-ready projects to get them going and following the 3-year plan that's put together by the commission, which is by need throughout the state.
Yeah.
And if we choose to earmark those projects, then what we do is we dedicate those funds to those projects, and the $650 million gets us down to a certain point on that list, and it's all the money for the project. So if we were to get federal match money, if it ended up being like an 80-20 match, with the feds putting up 80%, then if we had earmarked those dollars for that project in the bill, then those dollars would have to be reappropriated. Then we wouldn't be able to use those. We wouldn't have the flexibility in the commission to use those dollars on other projects. So I'm hoping that we can get out of here with a great bill without the earmarks.
Yeah, I understand. So what are you hearing from your colleagues in the chambers there?
My colleagues in the House are all for this, I believe, as most of my colleagues in the Senate are. And I'm hopeful that we will come out of this with a clean bill in the House position with no earmarks. And I think maybe meeting just in the next couple of days, today and tomorrow, I'm hoping that's where we end up with the Senate. I know we had some conversations with Senate earlier this week, and it looked like that's where we were headed. So I hope we will continue down that road.
We're chatting with Representative Charles Busby. So what about the governor? Where does he stand on this?
Well, obviously, I think he would prefer to have his plan at the $1.3 billion, but that plan has some MDA projects in there too, which are going to get some other funding. I'm as best I know, as much as I know about this, and what I understand, I think the governor is good with this plan, with the House plan.
Representative Busby, can you give us an example or two of what an earmark would look like that's embedded in bills such as this?
Yeah, let me say this before we do that, Bart. We are everybody here is looking at the same list of projects. Nobody is wanting to add to that list or subtract from that list. We are looking at the top projects in the MDOT 3-year plan and those projects that are shovel ready.
Okay.
But an example would be where we would pull out, say, US 61 to Port Gibson bypass, and we would just say that project in the bill, that it's the intent of the legislature that $2 million be spent on US 61 Port Gibson bypass, and that's how that would be written.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. Well,
but then if we fool around and get 1.6 million from the Fed to go towards the US 61 Port Gibson bypass, now we've got $1.6 million that have been earmarked to a road that we don't need that money for, and we can't do anything else with it. So that's what we're hoping to avoid.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just seems like this is always part of the sausage-making process that I think you are well aware aggravates the voters, the citizens.
Oh yeah, it does, and it slows down the system, and actually, handcuffs our commission over there. Kind of makes it where you don't want to go chase that federal money when, in fact, we probably should be chasing that if we can get it to leverage it onto our streets, our roads, our bridges, then we should be able to do that. We don't want to handcuff them.
Yeah, absolutely. And so tell us about your campaign.
Well, the campaign is going well. Everywhere I go, I'm met with a lot of support. We're going to have a fundraiser over in Pearl at Lamar Advertising next week on Tuesday. Have a crawfish boil, give me an opportunity to meet a few more folks and get a little name ID, I guess. And then I was very fortunate to be invited by the Hattiesburg ADP to visit with them last Monday, along with Congressman Mike Ezell, about their infrastructure needs for projects in their area. So it was great to get to know them, the Board of Supervisors from Forest County, Board of Supervisors from Lamar County, and all the city officials from Hattiesburg. Just lots of support there. So I look forward to working with everyone in the Pine Belt and along the coast, and to do the best we can with roads and bridges across that area.
Yeah, so I should clarify. Obviously, you're running for Transportation Commissioner of the Southern District.
Yeah, I kind of get that people don't know that. Yeah.
Which seems like kind of a normal transition for you, Representative Busby, serving on the Transportation Committee, but also having an extensive background in that line of work.
Yes, sir. As we've said on the show before, not that the skill set is all that great, but the skill set is tailor-made for that position. Being an engineer, being a contractor, and having chaired the House Transportation Committee for the last 8 years,
right?
I think kind of it sets me up as a unique person to fill that position, and I look forward to the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think about the remainder of the session? Anything that you see coming down the pike that might be a bit controversial? The governor vetoed a couple of bills related to insurance yesterday, I believe.
I think 1020 is going to garner some attention, but that's really the only major controversy I think we're going to have. We're actually working through the calendar pretty well.
Yeah.
I was hoping that we would finish up early and maybe conference through the week and not have a conference weekend and get this done maybe a week early, but not sure that that's the way that's going to happen. I really believe that we're going to be able to hammer out this transportation bill. I don't think we'll have any issues with that. I think we'll end up with the House position. At least I hope that's where we end up, and I think we'll get there pretty soon and be able to get that one on out of the way, get it on the calendar and get it done. As far as transportation goes, I don't have a lot of controversial things out there, so it's not a lot on the calendar for me. So I don't have much work to do to finish this thing up.
You guys may get out of there a couple of days early, and then it's my guess you'll be in full swing campaign mode. Everybody will after that.
I think that's right. I don't know that I'm going to be throwing signs up and stuff like that until after the primaries. I don't have a primary opponent. I only have a general opponent, and I don't think people want to look at those signs for 8 months. So I'll probably wait until the primaries are over before I actually start advertising really hard. But we will spend the time between now and then going all over the district and meeting all the good people in the district and seeing what their needs are and seeing how we can help them going forward.
Appreciate you coming on, Representative Busby. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.